And next up, we have Ruben from Beereaders. Beereaders is building a digital platform that supplements K through 12 to promote Spanish literacy skills using adaptive learning in a game-like environment. So Ruben and Beereaders was actually the first startup out of our portfolio that went from 0 to 1.1 million revenue in under just 12 months. So super impressive. And they have truly built a one-of-a-kind solution with authentic and original content, all very culturally relevant. And they've got over 1,000 courses and now serve over 110,000 students from Wisconsin to Patagonia. And just to brag on them a little bit more, last year they were recognized as one of the top 10 educational innovation companies by Google Cloud and Global Silicon Valley. So how's that for an intro, Ruben? Over to you.
Thank you, CS. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. As CS said, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Beereaders. Our company created a digital reading comprehension platform for K-12 Spanish-speaking students. Since we started selling in March 2020, we've reached over $1.2 million in revenue. We are currently serving 115,000 students in a little bit more than 220 schools. And the average ticket size per school today is around $6,000 per school per year. We started this company because, according to international assessments, over 50% of Spanish-speaking students don't understand what they read. Also, in the US school system, around 80% of fourth grade Latino students do not read at the proficient level in English. The same research shows that if they were able to improve reading comprehension in their native language, Spanish, then the acquisition of English will be much more successful. For more context, Spanish is the second most widely spoken language in the world, with over 400 million native speakers. 100 million of them are K-12 Spanish-speaking students in Latin America, Spain, and the US combined. And for even more context, 1 in 4 students in the US school system today is Latino. This is the fastest growing K-12 student population, according to the Census Bureau, and it's gonna keep growing fastly. By 2030, it's gonna be 1 in 3 students. So that's why we created this digital reading comprehension platform that improves the overall learning proficiency of native Spanish-speaking students by improving the reading comprehension in Spanish first, using adaptive learning in a game-like environment. This platform works very well for classroom and remote use. In class, Beereaders is a supplemental program to support hybrid instruction. At home, it's an engaging student platform for effective remote learning. We also offer 2 other platforms, one for educators, another one for families. Both of them facilitates ongoing connections with Spanish-speaking families and the school system. We also offer real-time analytics, which is meaningful reports for educators and families. And the students version also works offline thanks to our offline mobile app. Thanks to that, we make sure that even students learning from home with limited access to internet connectivity or computers can benefit. In terms of competition, we have 2 different ways to take a look at this. The first one is where most of companies in the US school system, are using trans-adapted or translated materials from English into Spanish. Beereaders is featuring authentic Spanish content from all over the Spanish-speaking world. And secondly, where most of companies in the US are using third-party test and leveling systems like Fountas and Pinel or Lexile for Spanish, we created our own reading placement test and leveling system. Our business model is a traditional B2B subscription model. Our customers are schools and school districts. We charge $14 per student per year in Latin America and $20 per student per year in the US and Mexico. The average ticket size per school per year is $6,000 as of today. This is the sales growth evolution in the first 14 months of our history. We started selling in March 2020. Since then, we've closed more than $1.2 million in contracts. We are serving 115,000 students from Wisconsin to Patagonia as of today. We are currently fundraising. We're seeking $1.2 million to achieve the $3.5 million ARR mark by the end of this year. We already closed $840,000 for this round. This is a pre-series A safe round with a $10 million cap at 20% discount. 35% of the money almost will be used for product development to keep building more content. 34% is for sales and marketing, and 31% for operations. We are two co-founders that have been working in this space for over 10 years. We are a 52 full-time employees team right now, distributed in 7 different countries, 6 countries in Latin America and the US. Altogether, we combine more than 40 years of experience in this industry. So happy to answer any questions you may have. And yeah, thanks for having me and having Beereaders in this event. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Ruben. We do have a couple questions. The first one is, are you familiar with Lingo language, who's also in this space?
Not necessarily familiar with them. I have just a little bit of information. I understand that they are mostly on the teaching languages business. We don't teach students to speak Spanish. They already speak Spanish. We just help them to improve their reading comprehension in their native language.
Cool, perfect. Another one we have here is, how have you been able to correlate proficiency in your product to English capability?
Well, that's an interesting question. We've been working on a couple of pilots and research. Now we're repeating the same with a couple of US foundations that will help us to understand this better. According to the research, we already have, if students improve the reading comprehension in their native language, then the acquisition of the second language will be much more successful. This is something that the U.S. school system already understood. They are implementing a number of dual language and bilingual programs almost in every single state as of today. Texas is one of the most active states in this regard. And yeah, at this point, the U.S. school system has a lot of resources to implement this kind of softwares and platforms like Beereaders.
Okay. Another one we have here is, what is the gross margin on $20 per student?
It's a very nice margin. We currently spend around $4 or $5 per student per year. We cannot say that the rest is margin, but around 50% should be a fair estimation at this point.
All right, thank you. Another one we have is, are there any agencies or foundations that help subsidize the cost of your product to lower income schools?
In the US specifically, there are a lot of different sources of money for this, which is federal money and state money as well. For instance, Beereaders can be purchased with Title I and Title III dollars. So in that case, the government is the one who's paying for this kind of products. So we don't need any kind of foundations paying for this. In Latin America, it's a bit different. It will depend on each country, but we're mostly focused on middle-class private schools in most of the countries where we are currently working. In Chile, it's a bit different as well. We do have federal money in this country where we can find resources to pay for this.
Okay. Another one we have is, what is your roadmap for future capability or refinements to what you have today?
Yeah, we're currently working on including writing. So we have reading comprehension. Next step will be writing. We're also including social emotional learning and STEM next year. The idea is building a whole ecosystem around Spanish and building kind of a bridge between Spanish and English. The Spanish is a very underserved language. And we believe that there is a niche there, and we want to take advantage of this, of it.
Okay, another one is, what is your customer acquisition plan for US schools?
Well, we are starting in the top 5 states in the US in terms of Spanish speaking population, which are Texas, California, Florida, New York, and Illinois. We created independent sales teams on each one of these states currently. We are creating a number of webinars, events for school districts. We're also participating in specific conferences like the National Association for Bilingual Education this week, where we presented yesterday and the day before as well. And yeah, we're addressing directly the school district that have the largest population in Spanish. We believe that that's kind of the best strategy as of today. The purchaser is the school district, so we need to address them directly.
Okay. Does your product serve blind or deaf students?
Not yet, but we'd love to include that as a next step.
Okay. Another one is, besides comprehension, will Beereaders have a roadmap for STEM comprehension?
Yeah, definitely. We're transitioning starting next year from Beereaders to Beelearning. So we're building a whole ecosystem around the Spanish language, serving K-12 students and also the students in higher education and beyond that. That's kind of the dream that we have.
Okay. Do you have any plans to target the Indian market?
Oh, that's like the big challenge for us. We believe that Spanish has a lot of work to do. In the next 2-3 years, we should be able to take an advantageous position in here first. Well, and who knows, maybe next big challenge is going to be India as well.
Right. And it looks like our last one here is, have you ever had any communications with any large publishers for a partnership or an acquisition? Yeah,
actually, when we started with the acceleration program with International Accelerator in March 2020, part of the strategy we created was talking directly with the industry leaders, Pearson, McGraw-Hill, HMH, and others. We spoke with almost every one of them in between March, April, June last year. In September, we started receiving proactive communication from a number of companies inviting us to be part of their portfolio of products. And actually, a couple of them asked for a price, and we said, well, that's flattering, but the company is not for sale yet. And we're still in conversations with a couple of them. And we believe that a part of those companies will make offers in the next years for an exit. So yeah, we are talking to them, but making sure that we have something valuable to offer first.
All right. Well, good stuff, Ruben. Appreciate you answering all those questions, and great job.
Sure. Thank you so much.